Hey guys, George here. Now before we get into today's video, I should have mentioned this when I talked about Elemental Hill Stratos. In case I didn't, the Elemental Hills are my favorite sub-genre archetype. I'm a huge hero fan, so with that being said, I should have just closed that for a little bias. Now, on to today's video. Unlike Stratos, I'm going to give my opinion on why it should also stay on the ban list. So, today, we're going to be talking about Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. This dark level 8 monster with 3000 attack and 2500 defense cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one light and one dark monster from your graveyard. You pay 1000 light points, send all cards both players' hands and on the field to the grave. It's like 300 damage for each card sent to the grave this way, by this effect. Now, that's a field nuke, but that ain't the very specific reason he's actually on the list. The reason he's on the list is another card. Actually, yata. This level 2 wind spirit fiend has an effect. This card cannot be spell summoned. This card returns to the owner's hand during the end phase of the turn it is normal summoned or flipped face up. When this conflict spell damage, the opponent skips the next draw phase. So, with that being said, this became the Yata lock. One of the first main locks in the game to actually affect the play. Because you would just nuke the board with Chaos, hit with Yata, your opponent can't draw their turn. So, how I think it should be fixed? There are a couple ways. First, let's talk about Chaos. On this. Now, I'd like to point out his effect in a once per turn either. But let's look at that one part again. Pay a stack. Send all cards in both players' hands and on the field to the grave. Then flip. He's a nuke for 1000 that does additional burn. Not just the fact that you can bring him back and do it again with a Monster Reborn, since Monster Reborn ain't forbidden now. He himself, I feel, is fine. But if you want to be technical, you could get rid of the burn thing. Or another way you can do it is person who activated this effect this turn cannot attack. Make it so popping the effect means you can't attack, thus breaking the Yata lock. I feel he is actually the second strongest of the Chaos monsters of the originals. Because you get Chaos Necromancer, who just is a buff. Chaos Sorcerer, who is the most generic, but also the most versatile. Chaos Emperor, and BLS. Now, with this being the only Chaos monster on the ban list from the original 4, that kind of means on how bad the effect was. What they could have done for Yata, they could have made it so he couldn't attack every turn. Or limit the effect to how many times? Make it a limit of twice. So it's not as hard to deal with. And just because the other monsters are named Chaos, they're not part of the Chaos archetype. This is non-archetype specifically. It's more of a brand. It's more of a title. Okay. So, why should it stay on the ban list? Well, even now, especially now with Link, this combo actually does more. If you can't Link summon, you can't special summon. Then again, this also gets rid of your Link monster, so it's kind of a risk for the reward. My opinion, they should keep Yata locked. Yata banned, and let the Emperor Dragon come back. So, with that being said, let's be thorough and talk about his pendulum counterpart. Chaos Emperor, the Armageddon Dragon. Scale 1. Same level and stats as Emperor Dragon. You can pay 1,000 life points to target one banished dragon monster. Destroy this card. If you do, add that monster to your hand. It's a 1 per turn effect. Now, this is quite easy compared to Envoy of the End. Envoy of the End. Either way you want to pronounce that. It's a reprint. An okay reprint, but a reprint nonetheless. I personally never encountered it, so I can't really say a personal opinion of it. But that's not the only part of this lock that's gone a reprint. Magic Spectre, Crow, Yata. Hey, Yata no longer Fiend. Spirit. No, now he's a spellcaster, Wind, level 4, with a scale 5, 1,000 attack, 1,500 defense. When this card is normal or special summoned, you add 1 Magic Spectre spell card from your deck to your hand. You can only activate this effect of Magic Spectre Crow Yata once per turn. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. This is a better reprint. Okay, when the game first started, the effects were more broken and overpowered. And now, the game's gaining a balance. Yata, surprisingly enough, has 2 other support cards for it. It has Mirror of Yata, an equipped spell card, equipped only to a spirit monster. The equipped monster does not have its effect that returns it to the hand activated. It would be destroyed by battle. Destroy this card instead. With this out, you wouldn't need to summon another monster. Well, you could summon another monster other than Yata. You just hit your opponent. The last support is a trap card, Legacy of Yata. Activate one of these effects. Draw 1 card. Activate only if your opponent controls the face of a spirit monster. Draw 2 cards. No one talks about this card anymore because of how specific that last effect is. Who wouldn't want to draw 1? But on a trap, not many people even play traps anymore. So with that being said, the odds are quite limited. Personally, I never encountered the Yata lock, never played it, never even seen either of the cards in real life. So my opinion is slightly nerfed, but more neutral than Stratos. This combo, the Yata lock, is one of the reasons the ban list exists. And at the time, I can fully understand why. Imagine getting hit by a yata, a 200 attack monster, and not being able to dodge in your turn after taking a hit from him. With that being said, I think if you keep Yata Gowasu on the ban list and you give Chaos and Blue Dragon his water, which the TCG hasn't received yet to my knowledge. If I'm wrong, please mark that down below. And let him off the ban list. It's time to let Chaos play. I have my BOS. Let someone have their Chaos Emperor. With that being said, hopefully next week is going to be something I have never done on this channel. And depending on how it goes next week, should be quite interesting. So, I'll talk to you guys later. With that being said, thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day, and peace.